I was standing in the middle of the gym. Everyone was staring at me, whispering, pointing. My sister stood across from me. Perfect makeup. Perfect dress. Her friends gathered around her like some kind of fan club. And then she said it, loud enough for everyone to hear. Well, I can't believe we're actually related. Her friends laughed. The whole room seemed to spin. I wanted to disappear. I never expected my sister to treat me like this. I was wrong. So wrong. Not about her. About everything. This is the story of how my own sister became my biggest bully. And how I finally learned to stop letting her define who I was. My name is Leah. I'm 16. And I have an older sister named Natalie. She's 18. A senior at Cedar Valley High in Texas. Same school I go to. Natalie is everything I'm not. She's gorgeous. Like Instagram model gorgeous. Perfect skin. Perfect hair. She has over 12,000 followers. Everyone knows her name. She's on the dance team. She's dating the quarterback. Teachers love her. Parents brag about her. Me, I'm just Leah. I'm quieter. I like art. I spend my lunch breaks in the art room or the library. I don't wear makeup. I don't care about being popular. When we were younger, I looked up to Natalie. I thought she was the coolest person in the world. She used to let me borrow her clothes. She'd paint my nails. We'd stay up late talking about everything. But somewhere around her sophomore year, things changed. She started treating me differently. Colder. Meaner. At first, I thought it was just typical sibling stuff. But it got worse. Way worse. It started the day I got nominated for the Youth Art Award. It's this big community competition. Local artists submit work. The winner gets a scholarship and a feature in the town gallery. My art teacher, Mrs. Chin, pulled me aside after class. She told me she'd submitted 3 of my paintings. I was shocked. Excited. Feared. That night at dinner, I told my family. My mom smiled. That's wonderful, sweetheart. My dad nodded. Proud of you, kiddo. Natalie didn't say anything. She just stabbed her fork into her salad and stared at her plate. Later that night, I knocked on her door. Hey Nat, did you hear? About the art thing? She didn't look up from her phone. Yeah. I heard. I'm kinda nervous. Do you think? Leah, I'm busy. Her voice was sharp. Well, I left. The next day at school, everything shifted. Natalie walked past me in the hallway. Her friends were with her. I smiled. She looked right through me. One of her friends, Madison, whispered something. They all laughed. My stomach dropped. That was the beginning. Over the next few weeks, Natalie made it her mission to humiliate me. It started small. She'd borrow my clothes and then return them with comments like, yeah, this doesn't really work on anyone. She'd criticize my hair, my outfit, the way I talked. If I asked her a question, she'd snap. Why are you so annoying? At school it got worse. One day I was sitting with a few people from art club. Natalie walked by with her entire squad. Madison looked at me and said loud enough for the table to hear, wait, you're Natalie's sister? I nodded. She laughed. No way. You guys are like, total opposites. Natalie smirked. Yeah. Trust me, I know. They walked away. I sat there frozen. My friend Amy grabbed my hand. Leah, that was so mean. I shrugged. It's fine. She's just stressed. But it wasn't fine. Another time I posted a painting on Instagram. Just a simple landscape. Nothing big. Natalie commented, cute. Very middle school art class vibes. Her friends liked the comment. A bunch of people from school saw it. I deleted the post an hour later. At home, my parents didn't notice. They were too busy asking Natalie about college applications, homecoming, dance competitions. I felt invisible. I started avoiding her. I'd eat dinner fast and go to my room. I stopped trying to talk to her. But the worst part? I started believing what she said. Maybe I was boring. Maybe I wasn't pretty enough. Maybe I didn't fit in. Maybe I'd never be enough. One night I couldn't sleep. It was late. Around midnight. I went downstairs to get water. As I passed Natalie's room, I heard something. Crying. I stopped. Pressed my ear against the door. She was on the phone with someone. Her voice was shaky. Broken. I can't do this anymore. Everyone expects me to be perfect. I'm failing calculus. I don't even know if I'm getting into college. And Jake, he's been texting other girls. I saw the screenshots. Silence. Then, no one knows. I can't let anyone know. They all think I have it together. I stepped back. My heart was pounding. I'd never heard Natalie sound like that. Vulnerable. Feared. I stood there for a long time. Then I went back to my room. I didn't know what to feel. Part of me was angry. She'd been so cruel to me. Why should I care if she was struggling? But another part of me felt sad. Because I realized something. Natalie wasn't perfect. She was just better at pretending. After that night, I made a decision. I couldn't control what Natalie thought of me. I couldn't change how she treated me. But I could control how I saw myself. So I stopped waiting for her approval. I threw myself into my art. I stayed late after school working on my submissions for the Youth Art Award. Mrs. Chin gave me feedback. Encouraged me. I started dressing the way I wanted. Not trendy. Just me. I joined a pottery class on weekends. I made new friends there. People who didn't care about Instagram followers or popularity. Slowly things started to shift. A girl in my English class complimented my sketchbook. A guy from pottery asked if I'd help him with a project. Mrs. Chin entered one of my pieces in a regional showcase. I started feeling like myself again. And Natalie? She noticed. I'd catch her watching me sometimes. At dinner. In the hallway at school. She didn't say anything. But I could feel it. She wasn't used to me not needing her. 2 weeks before the Youth Art Award ceremony, Natalie crossed a line. I'd been working on my final piece for weeks. A mixed media painting about identity. It was personal. Vulnerable. The best thing I'd ever made. I posted a progress photo on my Instagram story. Just for my close friends. The next day at school I walked into the cafeteria. Madison was standing near the entrance with her phone out. When she saw me she smirked. "Hey Leah. Saw your little art project. Very deep." She said it like it was a joke. Other people started laughing. I looked around confused. Then I saw it. Someone had screenshot my story and posted it to a public account. With a caption, "When you try too hard to be artsy." It had over 200 likes. And Natalie had liked it. My chest tightened. My hands started shaking. I looked across the cafeteria. Natalie was sitting with her friends. She saw me. For a second our eyes met. She looked away. I ran to the bathroom. Locked myself in a stall. And cried. Amy found me 10 minutes later. "Leah. I'm so sorry. That's so messed up." I wiped my face. "Why does she hate me so much?" Amy shook her head. "I don't think she hates you. I think she's jealous." I looked at her. Jealous? Of what? Of the fact that you don't care what people think. And she can't handle it. I didn't believe her. But I wanted to. That night I almost quit. I almost pulled my art from the competition. But then I thought about something Mrs. Chin told me once. Art isn't about being perfect. It's about being honest. So I kept going. The Youth Art Award ceremony was held at the community center. The whole town showed up. My parents, teachers, students, and Natalie. I didn't expect her to come. But there she was. Sitting in the back row with Jake. My stomach twisted. When it was time for the showcase I stood next to my painting. People walked by. Asked questions. Complimented my work. Mrs. Chin squeezed my shoulder. "You should be proud, Leah. This is incredible." Then the judges announced the winners. 3rd place. 2nd place. I held my breath. And 1st place in the teen division. Leah Carter for Reflection. The room erupted in applause. I couldn't move. Couldn't breathe. Mrs. Chin hugged me. My parents rushed over. My dad was crying. And then I saw her. Natalie. Standing near the back. Her arms crossed. Her face unreadable. For a moment I thought she'd leave. But she didn't. She just stood there. Watching. After the ceremony I was packing up my things when I heard her voice. "Leah." I turned around. Natalie was standing a few feet away. Alone. "Hey," I said quietly. She looked at my painting. Then at me. "It's really good." I didn't know what to say. She took a breath. "I'm sorry. For everything. For the way I treated you. For being a terrible sister." Her voice cracked. I was jealous. I know that sounds stupid. But I was. You don't care what people think. You just do what you love. And I've spent my whole life trying to be perfect. Trying to make everyone like me. And I'm so tired, Leah. I'm so tired. Tears filled her eyes. I thought if I made you feel small I'd feel bigger. But it didn't work. It just made me feel worse. I didn't know if I was ready to forgive her. Not completely. But I understood her. For the first time I really understood her. "I'm not perfect either, Nat," I said. "I just stopped pretending I had to be." She nodded. Wiped her face. "I'm proud of you," she whispered. And for the first time in months I believed her. Things didn't magically get better overnight. Natalie and I still had a long way to go. But we started talking again. Really talking. She apologized to me in front of her friends. She deleted that post. She stopped pretending everything was perfect. And I stopped letting her define who I was. Because here's what I learned. Sometimes the people who hurt you the most are the ones who are hurting the most. That doesn't make it okay. But it makes it human. My sister didn't hate me. She was just scared. Scared that I'd discover who I really was. Scared that she'd never figure out who she was. But we're figuring it out now. Together. So if you're dealing with a sibling who treats you like you're not enough, remember this. You are enough. Exactly as you are. And one day they'll see it too. Have you ever had a sibling or someone close to you treat you like you didn't matter? How did you handle it? Did you stand up for yourself? Or are you still trying to figure it out? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. And trust me, you're not alone. Thanks for watching. And remember, you're more than enough.